Hello. Prakash. Hello. Prakash. Hello. Prakash. Hello. 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 Hello.
Now just talk.
Hello. Can you hear me? Hi. Okay. So, good afternoon, Gopi, Prakash. How are you guys doing? Can you all post your comments, please? Yeah. Uh, okay. చాలా మంది joining. Hello. Guys, can you hear me? Please post your comments. There is some market wala came and he is selling some onions, so that's the sound that is coming. Okay. So you people might have seen some of my videos which I started recently posting on telecom, right? Can you all just ping me that whether my voice is clear so that it will be easy for me to start the lecture, the discussion? Can you all please post your comments?
Not required.
Okay. So yeah, now let me start with the discussion. In some of the videos, I have already shared the basics of the telecom and what the terms which are used on in our day-to-day work, like HLR, VLR, MSC, and all those stuffs which I already explained in the videos. The basic purpose of doing these videos is to make sure that whatever the people, this is mainly I am doing in order to make sure that the people who lost their job and trying for the interviews and basically in the telecom domain will have some brush up of the knowledge and will be able to give successful interviews. Okay, so for those I really request you to please go through the videos which I have already posted and listen to those videos so that you get the understanding of how exactly the things work in telecommunication. Okay. Now, before we exactly start into 3G architecture, let us first revisit on some of the basics of what we have actually discussed. I have explained about direct testing, how roaming gets get established in the network, what are the prerequisites that are required for roaming to happen between the two telco operators. And at the same time, we have seen that how the mode of communication gets established between the two telco operators when it is required for coordination between the two operators, right? For that, we had seen some of the documents which are referred for having the documents to be exchanged. Just give me a minute. I'm just trying to capture some of the things. Okay. Uh, can you all see my screen? Please post your comment. Can you all see my screen? Okay. Okay. Let me see that if there is any problem. Can you all see the screen? Please post your comment. No, screen you all are not able to see. Okay, I think there is some delay in uh, means getting the screen refreshed. Okay. Yeah, fine. Uh,
Fine. Fine.
okay. Now let us just quickly get into the things. See, these are the basic terms. If you want to really understand, because the main purpose of me doing this is to understand from the basics, and slowly we do progress on 3G, 4G, 5G, IoT of things. Okay, and once we are done with the IoT of things, how exactly the world is shaping up by getting into IoT of things, then we will win. I will win with this mobile communication complete sessions. So till then, we'll have some live video sessions, and I will keep posting on the videos so that whenever you people get time, go through the videos. And also, I request everyone to share with your friends so that someone will get benefit out of it. It don't limit the knowledge to yourself, because the way I am sharing my knowledge, I request every one of you to please share the videos and also get engaged in discussion with your friends or post the comments in the video so that I will also try to give much of the explanation required to have a clear concept. Okay. So, when we discussed about direct testing, we saw that there is a basic thing that has to be done is the location update. Now, what exactly is the location update? In the earlier days, when we used to see that when we were having not the smartphones but the black and white phones like Nokia 330 or Nokia 1100, which were very very famous model at that time, uh, we used to insert the SIM card and select the network, and we used to get a list of networks in which we want to latch in, and we used to select the preferable network. But now what is happening, as soon as you are inserting a SIM card, it is not required that for the first time when you are using the handset, you insert the SIM card and automatically you latch on to your home network if you are in your home network, right? And at the same time, when you are moving, now let's say from one place to another place, if you are moving, automatically there is a transfer of signal that happens, and the HLR and VLR, they will be in a continuous communication with each other to see that whether you are moving away from the home location or away from the home MSC and latching into a new network. As soon as your MSC identifies that okay, you have latched on to a new location, then automatically the location update happens. That subscribers will never know. So who are the subscribers? We are the subscribers. We will never come to know that background there is some signaling that is happening, and this everything is controlled by SS7 signaling. There are some messages that flow in the air interface, and in the air interface, they within the fraction of microseconds, everything happens, and you will never realize that okay, something is happening in my handset and I'm getting recognized in a different location, right? So that is how it happens. Now, before we proceed actually into the 3G, let us see that location update once again to understand that how exactly the location update happens. Now here, if we really see, okay, this is our HLR. HLR is what? Home location registry. Now we know that HLR consists of two databases. One is your static database and the other is your dynamic database, right? Now in the static database, what kind of information is flown in static database? Now let's say our name, address, okay, and mobile number, MSISDN, this kind of permanent information is stored in the HLR under the category of static database. Now, when we are using our mobiles, when we are using smartphones, sometimes we activate value added services, right? Now, those value added services we don't keep as a permanent. However, for specific duration, we will use our value added services and then we deactivate those value added services. Likewise, there will be some services which are used for a temporary time, and then those services are revoked, right? So those kind of services or those kind of activities are stored in your dynamic database of HLR, which are not permanent. At the same time, if we look at MSC, now VLR, MSC are the one thing. Only that if you are moving from your home location to other location, that other location MSC will become your VLR. That is nothing but your visited location registry, right? And mobile subscriber is what? We are the mobile subscribers. The person who is using the handset is a mobile subscriber. So whenever we are, let's say now for the first time, or you are moving from one location to other location, then how the signaling happens? First of all, there will be a request from the subscriber to do the location update. Now, where it will ask for the location update, if you are using for the information for the first time, you purchase the new handset, you inserted the SIM card, and you switched on your mobile device. So, under the same MSC, it will request for the location update. So, as soon as the location update is requested, if it is in the same MSC, then the signal will go to your HLR. Or if you are in a visited MSC or VLR, then the signal will go to your previous VLR, where you were actually present. So when you are when the visiting location registry VLR is requesting for some information, what information it will request? First of all, it will request for the information which is called as IMSI. IMSI is International Mobile Subscriber Identity. Okay. Now this is permanent and this is specific to operators. Okay. Just a minute. Hope my voice is clear. Now, in such a sense, when IMSI is requested by previous VLR from the previous VLR, then the previous VLR or the MSC, it will give back the IMSI. Okay, this is the IMSI of particular subscriber. Okay. Now I explained in some of the videos that what exactly is the IMSI. IMSI is what International Mobile Subscriber Identity, and it is unique to telco operator. Now the first five characters or six characters of the IMSI defines that you belong to which telco operator and to which network or from which place you are. Okay. So back end when we see plus nine, when we see the mobile as plus 91 and whatever your MSISDN is there, that is the translation of your IMSI. Okay. Whatever. Okay. So that is the translation of your IMSI. Now, when the IMSI is requested, it gives the IMSI and this VLR or the MSC, it identifies, okay, to which telco operator you belong and from which location you belong. Okay, based on that, the signaling will route to that particular home location registry. Now, what it will request, okay, I got this IMSI and I want to do the location update. Can you please tell me that whether is it okay to do the location update? So when HLR is been requested by the MSC, then HRL will send back the information with the subscriber data. What this subscriber data will contain? This subscriber data will contain the information about your MSISD and what services you use, whether you have any barring related services on your SIM card, okay, and the related stuff. That information will be given back to your MSC, because now let's say if you have any outgoing bar on your device or on your SIM, then this MSC should know that you are not supposed to do any outgoing call. If this MSC doesn't know that information, then you will be allowed to do the calls left and right. So that is the reason why the HLR gives the complete information to the visited MSC or the VLR, stating that these are the restrictions and these are the services the subscriber is allowed to use. And the MSC notes that information, and then based on that you will be able to do only those kind of calls. Okay, so once the subscriber data is given, then it will do the location update. It will say, okay, whatever the information you had given to me, I acknowledge that I received that information. Okay, so for that reason, the MSC or the VLR will send the authentication back to the HLR, stating that okay, everything is fine, I received the data. Now, once that is received, now why this is required? Because by the MSC, it need to authorize you to register in the network. So to register in the network, it will again what say, okay, now I am doing the location update based on the subscriber data what I have received. So this is the acknowledgement. So once the location update happens, okay, now what has to be done? You are registered in the previous MSC or the VLR, means your previous location was different and now you are in a current different location. So that location where you were present earlier, that memory has to be erased, means that data has to be erased. So once the location update is successful, HLR will send the information to the previous VLR or the MSC where you actually present, and then it will say, okay, cancel the registration from this MSC or the VLR because the subscriber is latched onto a new MSC or VLR or in the new zone. So once the location cancellation happens, then you are authenticated that okay, location update is successful and you will be able to see the signal of a particular operator under whom you are latching. Now, when we discussed, right, we are seeing that okay, so much time takes in order to do the location update, but it happens within the fraction of seconds. To explain, we are taking time, but as soon as you insert the SIM card, you are done with the location update. Even you, before you realize that okay, what actually is happening, your location update is done. So that fast, the technology has emerged, and uh, within nanoseconds, we say that the location update happens. Okay, so hope this explanation on the location update is clear because the same terminology follows for every architecture. Because if you want to access your 4G, 5G network or data, first you need to get registered under that particular network. Then only you will be able to use all the related services. So, what is the first basic step for any subscriber to use to have the location update? Okay, so that is the reason why we need to understand that okay, what are the network elements that are involved in doing the location update, how location update happens, and what is the significance of having this location update. Hope this is clear. And everything, whatever the messages that flow between the air interface, these are all the SS7 messages. Okay. So, if in the later we will see some important SS7 messages because in the interview you may come across that okay, you are saying that the mobile subscriber is requesting for the authentication. What kind of air interface message is flown to the MSC that we will see in a very high level because SS7 itself is a portion to understand that what exactly happens because there are different layers and each layer there is a functionality associated to it in order to authenticate to the next layer. Okay, so I think this is clear to everyone. So if you can post your comment if you have any doubt, then I will be able to take the question in order to move to the next step. Can you all please post your comments, please? Guys, I request you to please post your comments if you have any doubt. So I can clarify that or else we can move. Suresh, Gopi, Prakash, Venkatesh, after a long time I am seeing you guys on the chat. So if you can post or if I need to explain something more, post your comments here. Okay, Gopi says that's clear, useful, and crystal clear explanation. Thank you. Okay, so regarding SS7, yeah, definitely we will have one session either in the recorded or in the live. Then we will have a clear cut explanation. Whatever the signaling information that is used in the telco in a high level, then I will capture it and I will make sure that I cover that information on SS7. Nice. So okay. So if you don't have any further questions and if it is clear on what I have explained, then I think we'll move on to the next thing for which you people might be waiting. That is your 3G architecture. Okay. So let us just see it. Okay. The diagram looks very colorful, right? Very colorful because 3G itself is colorful. From here, the complete shift has happened exactly in the communication industry because if you see the trend there is 1G, 2G, 2.5G, 2.75G, which we normally refer as H plus. Okay, then 3G came into picture. Now before this 3G the internet browsing was very slow. If you all remember that before 3G, very small handsets we people used to have, wherein if you want to download one paper, now let's say of a very beautiful actress, if you want to download the paper, then you need to wait, download, and start looking at that when it will get downloaded. That was the condition. At least I experienced that situation when I purchased my first handset in Mumbai. Okay, so not I, my friend purchased the first handset of Nokia, the colorful handset, and he shared his mobile one day to everyone. And one day when my turn came, before sleeping I just put a browse of one heroine to see that the paper gets down, wallpaper gets downloaded, and by morning it was only 50%. So that is how the speed was. But when 3G came into picture, when 3G came into picture, it was like uh, it was okay. So it was like, okay, I'm waiting that browsing how it is happening, and all those means there are. If you people might have experienced that, I think I need not to explain that how the speed is and after 3G how it happened. The 3G has completely shaped the world in a different paradigm shift altogether. Why? Because the communication became so fast between person to person, between machine to machine, as the technology got involved. Okay, all across the continent, the people got connected, and based on that, it has given a boost to the industry, telecommunication boost to the industry, and at the same time to the IT industry also to come up with different services like your different mode of communication apps. The apps got developed, the communication channels got developed, the technology started advancing more and more, and now we are seeing that we are from 3G, we are now starting to move towards 5G, even though we are currently in the 4G technology, right? The speed what we are enjoying now, and if you compare, if someone gives you a handset of the old handset and say now you start browsing the 2G internet, I don't think that you people will accept that, right? Why? Because as the demand of the user is advancing, technology advances. If we don't have need, then is there any advancement of technology required? That is not required, right? So, what is giving rise to the advancement of the technology? It is the user requirement. Who are the users? We are the users. So, as our demand increases, technology advances. How technology advances, the new inventions will start happening in the technology based on the user requirement, and that will completely shape up in a different way where people across the world will start enjoying it, and the communication channel gets established where different devices gets connected to each other, and the communication happens, the work happens within a fraction of a second, right? Now you are using your WhatsApp and all different apps for the communication. So all is because you have a fast internet connectivity, and because of that you are enjoying that. Or in WhatsApp, if it happens, hi, how are you? And if that message gets delivered to after 1 hour, will be able to enjoy that? No. As soon as I send button in WhatsApp, you within a fraction of second you see, okay, my friend is saying something, right? So like that. Now in 2G, the mobile subscriber, or if you, I did cover the 2G architecture. Why? Because most of people you might have known the 2G architecture, because telecom when we normally see it involves your BSC, BTS, MSC, VLR, HLR, the normal subscriber, right? All these are covered. All these are the basic parameters of your 2G network. But when we come to the 3G part, 3G is bit different from your 2G. Okay. Now here your handsets itself are the modified handsets. You cannot start browsing your internet from your black and white device because that feasibility is not there. So for that, industry has to come up with a new handset, and that has revolutionized the complete smartphone industry. Okay, so whatever the handset now we are using, these are the well equipped handsets which will be able to receive the strong signals and provide you a seamless connectivity or seamless internet. So here if you see, these are the subscribers who are those MS or U in 3G. We term this as user equipment because these are the smart handsets, or you can say it as a mobile subscriber. Okay, and this is your UTRAN. Okay, this is the network interface. Now this UTRAN is replaced in 2G. If you see, this UTRAN will be bifurcated into your BSC, BTS, MSC. Okay, all different connected wire technology that will be involved in that. But in 3G, if you see that everything is combined together and it is termed as UTRAN. So before we get into exact architecture means explanation, see here, HLR is what your home location registry. MSU is your mobile station. Mobile station is nothing but your mobile handset. You can refer it. UE we term it as user equipment. PSTN is public switch telephonic network. Okay, UTRAN is UMTS terrestrial radio access network. GGSN basically it is for use for your GPRS authentication and access. That is your gateway GPRS support node. RNC is your radio network controller. So this RNC is what it is, the advanced form of your 2G network, because now this RNC will contain some of your BTS, BSCs, those stuff. Okay, in some of my videos I have explained about this one, so you all can refer to that. And PDN is your packet data network, which is basically for GPRS or for internet, because internet gets transferred in the form of packets. Okay, so that is your PDN network. So these are the terms which normally are referred. Now in UTRAN, if you see, I have explained this with your MSCs getting connected to your RNC. Okay, and this UTRAN is connected to another network element which is called as NSS. Okay, and this UTRAN is what it is, a combination of all your BTS, BSC, okay, base stations, all visited MSCs, okay, that everything is like a package. So cost wise also, if you see that the infrastructure what you used to have in your 2G with all different network elements, that got significantly reduced in your UTRAN, means 3G. And if you come to 4G, again it is further customized. Okay, so that is how the total architecture of advancement happened in 3G with compared to your 2G. Okay, now this UTRAN is connected to two different network elements. One is for your GPRS, one is for your data, and the other is for your voice. So the voice means controlling is termed as circuit switched, which is referred as CS. It is basically for your voice calling. And if you come to your GPRS part, it is termed as packet switch. Okay. Now if you see that some of now let's say I am making a call, I am trying to do the voice call. Okay, not WhatsApp call or data call, I am just doing a simple voice call. Then what will happen, that signal will go to the respective MSC, okay, to under which that particular number is located. Okay, now that particular number where it is located, now here you need to relate the location update concept also, because we discussed about your HLR VLR, right? So if you are under the same network, then that is fine. If you are under the different network, then there will be a different MSC under which the subscriber is located, and that will be switched to your VLR, EIR, AUC, and HLR. Now VLR is nothing but your visited location registry. It is as good as your MSC. EIR is equipment identity registry. Now see, when you open your mobile phone, there it will be one unique number, IMEI number. Okay, all those IMEI numbers are stored in your EIR database. Now why that is required? Because let's say you are using a black and white handset and you are trying to do the internet browsing, then based on that this particular MSC or the network element will identify whether your handset is capable of doing that activity or not. Okay, so if your handset is not capable of doing that activity, it will not allow those services to perform. and at the same time there will be some blacklisted devices. Okay, so such kind of blacklisted devices information is also stored in the EIR database, so that no services will get authenticated from that particular device. So that is the importance of your EIR. HLR we have already discussed. It has two different databases. One is your dynamic and static. Static contains the permanent information. Dynamic contains the temporary information. Authentication control unit. Now AUC, it is basically required. Once it authenticates, then only you will be able to perform the services. Okay, so this is about your voice services. So whenever you are trying to trigger a voice call, these all elements come into picture, and once they give a go ahead to the network element saying that okay, everything is fine, now connect the call, then the call will be connected. Now this we can clearly understand in the call flows, which I will cover in the upcoming videos, that when you are initiating a call from A number to the B number. A number is what? If I am initiating a call, then I am the A number. If you are to the number which you are originating a call, then that is your B number. So how call gets transferred from one element to another element, and how authentication happens, and finally how you are able to connect. Okay, so that we will discuss once we are done with architecture and some of the concepts I am going to cover. After that, the call flows will come into picture. There you will have a clear understanding. So here what I'm trying to say is, if I'm trying to make a simple voice call, these are the network elements that come into picture, and once everything is successful, then the other subscriber mobile rings and he will be able to make a call. Okay, so this is about your circuit switch. Now in GPRS, before we deep dive into GPRS, the concept what I will cover will applicable to your voice also. Now let's say this is one area and this is one area. These are called as border gateways. Okay. Now what are border gateways? Now in 2G, if you see that if you are moving, if you are talking and continuously if you are moving at particular instance, your call gets dropped. Why your call gets dropped? Because after that particular instant there is no coverage. Okay, or if you have to drop and again get connected. But now if you see, there is a seamless connectivity that is happening. That is because of the handoff that happens from one gateway to the other gateway. Or let's say if you are traveling between three MSCs, then the handoff happens from one MSC to the other, from other to the other. Okay, like this the handoff happens. There the concept of this border gateway comes into picture. These are defined based on your diameter or whatever the logic that is used to see that okay, to this particular extent the coverage is there, and after that the handoff has to happen. So based on that concept, this border gateway came into picture and the handoff of the call happens. Okay, now here if you see three SGSN is what? It is the authentication unit which always coordinate with your GGSN. Actually here if you see there are no arrows, but here there has to be a 3G is connected to the IP gateway, and IP gateway is connected to your 3G GGSN. Okay, because GGSN is the main network elements which will authenticate you to do PDP and continuous browsing. So whenever you are doing a browsing, 3G, GGSN and SGSN will be in continuous communication with each other. So when you disconnect, then the disconnection happen at your SGSN and at GGSN, and the PDP session gets terminated on your handset. So unless and until the PDP is not terminated or the GPRS session is not terminated, these two network elements, SGSN and GGSN, will be in continuous communication with each other. Okay, so here there is an arrow that I missed to draw it. The SGSN is connected to your IP gateway, and gateway is again further connected to your GGSN, and this all again happens based on your MG and what kind of session you are going to establish. Okay, so this SGSN is connected to your border gateways. Okay, it again connected to your CG charging gateways. CG is nothing but your charging gateway, and GGSN is also connected to your charging gateways, border gateways, and DNS. Okay, domain network system. Now here DNS, what we will see is, now if you are trying to browse some application, or if you have some specific requirement, or you don't know what you are browsing, right? You want to download some wallpapers. Now everything is not stored with the telco operators network. They gets connected to some external domains. Okay, so these domains will have specific services. So as soon as you try to browse or you try to download one of the wallpaper, or based on what activity you are doing, then the IP gateway will route to GGSN, and GGSN will identify to which DNS server that request has to be routed. And that request will be routed to the respective DNS server, and from there you will get authentication stating that okay, you are downloading this wallpaper or whatever the activity that you are doing. But you will never come to know that you are particularly accessing the DNS server of some different operator or some different network partner. All those things, these all are internally managed. Okay, so now if you see this packet core or packet switch area is connected to your PDN gateway, which is also your IP network gateway. Because now when we say the network channel is getting established for internet, then IP comes into picture. And when we say that the voice channel is getting established, then PSTN or ISDN gets comes into picture. PSTN is basically for within the national connectivity, and if you are making an international call, then ISDN will come into picture, because the call has to be routed from your country location to a different country location. So there is a media that is associated. There are channels that are established. Okay, that channels are nothing but your ISDN, or we simply call them as carriers. If we refer to the interconnect, then there are carriers, right? So that carriers carry the call and gives to a particular network where it has to be handed off. Okay, so this is how the high level of 3G architecture it is. So basically, if you see, it is very very simple as compared to 2G. Now, mobile subscriber, it's an advanced mobile subscriber, gets connected to your Utron whenever you are trying to initiate something. It gets connected to your Utron. Utron composes of your RNC network, radio network controllers. Okay, and MSCs, BTS, BS, everything is clubbed under your Utron, and this Utron gets connected to your NSS core element, that is your core network element. Now, in core network element, again it is divided into your two parts. One is your circuit switch, and the other is your packet switch. So, circuit switch is basically used to perform the voice related activity, and packet switch is basically used to perform the data related activity. Okay, so this is how the 3G architecture is. I hope now this concept is clear. So if you all are having any questions or any doubt, can you all please post your comment so that I can clarify it. Guys, any comments? If there are no comments, or if you want to means post your comments later, please. I anyhow I'm going to publish this video in YouTube, my channel, so that you people can revisit and have a look of the video again. And wherever you have a doubt, or if you need further more information on any of the network related stuff, then please post your comment. Again, based on that, based on the maximum comments that comes in, to have the more information, I can try to arrange for another session, or I will clarify that in the comment section itself. And at the same time, in the upcoming videos, we will also see that whatever the comments that are posted, I will explain that comments in the live session itself, and then I think we can move on to the further session. So just to have a clear understanding, just I'll walk through once again. So if you miss anything, just let me know. See, here I have explained the basic terms, what are used in the network, and what are those abbreviations, full forms. Okay, okay. The diameter concept, Abhijit, I will explain that because now here we are covering only on the architecture. The diameter concept, definitely I will cover that in my upcoming videos. When I will explain about the call flows, I will explain about the diameter concept also. Okay, so you need to wait till that. Abhijit, are you fine to wait till that? Okay. So yeah, these are the reference abbreviations which you people need to understand and keep in mind, because when you go to the industry or the interview, you cannot see all these network elements. It will say, okay, in HLR, what is happening? You tell me. You see that whether this subscriber is getting authenticated or not. All those thumbs will happen. Okay. Now, if anyone is working on a switch side, they will say, okay, in the switch, can you see that whether your A table or B table is configured or not? So that will also be there, right? So as see, based on maximum responses I get, I will try to cover more and more and more information so that you become a rock solid. If not at to the core level, but to some extent, stating that yeah, I know all this. That confidence I want to build in you guys. Okay. So just to have a quick view, in the 3G architecture, these are your equipments, advanced equipments. We are whatever the handsets we are using, and 2G is completely compact, connected. I mean, it's designed in your Utron, which is composed of your RNC and MSCs, which composed of your BSC, BTS, and all those things. And again, the core network element is your NSS, which includes your two parts. One is your circuit switch, and the other is related to data. Whenever you are originating a voice or whenever you are trying to perform voice related activities, then the signaling follows through circuit switch. And when you are trying to perform 3G related activities, then it goes through the 3G gateway, where packets get exchanged between handset and the network, and you will be able to perform the internet browsing. So this charging gateway is also very important. This way I will cover in the upcoming videos that why this charging gateway is required. Because if you let me just give a high level information. Whenever you are browsing, okay, now GGSN and SGSN are in continuous communication with each other. Now it happens that okay, based on whatever the balance or based on whatever the data you are having, okay, now every day you see that 1.5 GB data is available, 2 GB data is available. Everything is controlled by your charging gateway, because once you reach to that limit, then your browser means speed gets put back to a very nominal things, so that everything is controlled by your charging gateway. And if you are prepaid subscriber, then till what duration you are able to subscribe, browse, all those are defined in your charging gateway. Okay, this charging gateway concept will also come in your 4G network architecture. So these are the border gateways where the handoffs happen from as you move without any call drops. And the DNS is mainly for connecting to the external domain servers, from where you will try to access the application that we will not know. Okay, we just know that what we have to do, but back end what is happening, how the signaling or how this IP is getting routed to your DNS server, from where the information is coming, that we don't know. But telco operators infrastructure is designed in such a way that based on what request you are initiating, that goes to your domain server, and from there you get a response back with your desired results. So packet switch is connected to your PDN gateway, or we say the IP network, and voice is connected to your PSTN and ISDN networks. Okay, so I hope I covered whatever the information you people are trying to look at for a high level thing. So yeah, please last 2 3 minutes. Let me know if you people can post some of your comments where we can initiate the discussion, or else I think we are good on the discussion part. Can you all please, Abhijit, do you have any suggestion or this one? Anything on this you want to see? Any comments or any topic that we need to discuss? Guys, please write something. Gopi, you have any suggestion, and if you want to understand anything more, I saw that in one of your of my video you have posted that you want to have understanding on interconnect, right? Right, Gopi, you were requesting for interconnect session also. I will post that interconnection video also once the majority of the topic gets covered. We'll discuss on interconnect, we'll discuss on revenue management, we'll discuss on fraud management. Okay, we'll discuss on your 4G, 5G architecture, we'll discuss on IoT, Internet of Things. IoT is not something interoperator tariff, it is Internet of Things. Okay, so don't write in your CV that I worked on IoT and I have so many years of experience. Once questions start coming in, you will say, "Arey, this is not IoT. There is a document that happens, and you are asking something that how communication happen between machine to machine of this, right?" So yeah, Vijay, IoT roaming video, yeah, definitely, yeah, I'll do it. For that, what I require is I require all of your support to share my videos so that I get more and more viewers viewing the videos. So that will be kind of boost that will generate energy in me. And you people know once the energy is generated, then I don't step back, right? So for that, I need your help. Yeah, Gopi, revenue assurance. Yeah, definitely. On revenue assurance, also, I will post the video because revenue assurance itself is again a big topic. Whatever the call scenarios are happening, whatever the network infrastructure usage is happening, the settlement has to happen. Means settlement means what the money has to be calculated for that. So yeah, definitely on the revenue assurance, we will see the video very soon. Okay. Okay. So any further comments you people post or any further topic that you see that we can discuss? Okay. So I think if I see one guy, Shubhanshu Gupta. Hi Shubhanshu, do you have any? Okay, I see that you are having a nice background on this. I would like to have some of your suggestions and comments, Shubhanshu, because if we can get connected also, then I would like to discuss more offline to enhance some of the content and the information. So that will be helpful. Okay. So yeah, VoLTE, Abhijit, VoLTE roaming architecture. When we go on this 4G, that will get covered. I already have the complete information on 4G. I'll just not explain everything, but I'll just walk through. This is about 4G, 3G architecture, LT. This I'm going to cover on LT. Okay. So there is a lot of content that we need to discuss on LT. So when we discuss LT, you people will really enjoy that. Okay. So for the next session, I am already prepared, but only the thing is, what I want is the maximum participation from you guys, so that I can get more and more involved myself in explanation. So I would like for that, I would like to have comments from you guys, suggestions from you guys, improvement if I need to do something, improvement in the explanation or content wise, then let me know so that, see, one thing only what I will request is you have the requirement, I am ready to fulfill that requirement. So share your requirement, then I will try to post the videos or have a sessions conducted. Okay. Okay, guys, then I think if there are no further comments, then I think we are fine. Okay. So thank you, guys. Thank you for joining the live session, and I really appreciate your patience for listening to the video for almost an hour, because you people might be having some of your priorities on Sunday, and based out of that, if you're yeah, Sagar, can you provide PDF content for us? Sagar, this I'm see, this is the knowledge what I have. I'm explaining it, so I cannot convert that into PDF. So whatever is there, you can call me, and we can get connected and see that how information can be shared. So you get connected with me, and yeah, just do one thing, Sagar. Okay, you post your email address, so I will drop an email to you, and then we can get connected. Okay, okay. So yeah, anything else, guys? I would request more participation from your friends as well, so that more people get maximum of what I am trying to share. Okay. So thank you, guys. I request you people to share your comments, like the video, okay, and subscribe. Also, inform your friends to subscribe to the channel so that they get updated information. So, click on the bell icon, okay, and subscribe to my videos. Okay, then. So, I'll not take much of your time. Yeah, Sagar, yes, I know, because once we get an interactive section, right, then it becomes very, very enthusiastic to see that when the next video is going to come and when we'll have further information on it. Yeah, definitely I'll do that. And yeah, thank you very much, guys, for getting connected on the live session almost for an hour based on your priorities. And keep in touch. So whenever there is another streaming that is scheduled, then you will get an alert of it. So please get participated in the other live session, and don't forget to press the like button and the bell icon. Okay, that really means a lot for me. At least when I'm putting so much of the effort to share my knowledge with you guys, so at least if you can just take spare a second and just click on like and the bell icon. Okay, so yeah, yeah, Gopi, sure. We'll continue for the upcoming videos. Yeah. Thank you very much. So by this, I am concluding this session, and we'll see in the next live streaming, guys. Thank you very much, but please don't forget to like and click on the bell icon. Thank you, guys.